it right. Let's get 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 it right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial, and this is No Filters. I always appreciate you hitting that like button for me, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Let's get into this here.
This is breaking news.
That breaking news, brand new video shows Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups leaving federal court. He appeared before a judge on charges of money laundering and wire fraud conspiracy. The FBI says he's involved in a massive illegal gambling scheme. The case involves millions of dollars, the mafia, and dozens of alleged co-conspirators, including other big names in the NBA. The indictment against Billups was filed in the Eastern District of New York. Billups is set to appear in federal court in Brooklyn tomorrow. Thanks for joining us for KT News 4. I'm Ray Gazwa.
And I'm Deborah Knapp. At this hour, Billups is on leave and the Blazers have named an interim head coach. So here's what you need to know right now. There are two operations under investigation. One about rigged poker games in which federal prosecutors say Billups participated in high-stakes games that allowed the mafia to steal millions of dollars from unsuspecting people. The other is about illegal betting on NBA games. They say bettors got non-public information which helped them win big. A guard for the Miami Heat, Terry Rozier, was arrested in that case, and the Trailblazers are named as one of the teams bet upon. Billups is not named specifically in that case. However, the description of co-conspirator number 8 does reference a player and eventual coach that matches Billups' description.
KT News is on your side with live team coverage tonight. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down the allegations, Billups' appearance in federal court this afternoon, where the team stands now, and how fans are reacting just as this new season gets underway.
Let's start with K2's Thanvi Verma live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Portland. And Thanvi, you just saw Billups leave the courthouse.
That's right, Deb. So Chauncey Billups just walked out of the courthouse. I asked him point blank whether he defrauded victims out of millions of dollars. He said nothing at all. He kept his composure. A few hours ago, a judge authorized his release on certain conditions, including what they're saying is a substantial bond, and by they, I mean the prosecution, and a prohibition on gambling. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups indicted for allegedly taking part in a scheme that defrauded victims out of at least $7 million. That's according to United States Department of Justice. Billups, alongside over 24 people, allegedly put together rigged poker games in which they trick people out of their money. In a press conference held Thursday, the assistant director for the FBI New York field office explained.
Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor.
No, as alleged. Appreciate you. Get comfortable.
When it comes to technology, that's not all. The DOJ alleges the defendants had card analyzers that utilize technology loaded onto decoy cell telephones that could surreptitiously detect which cards were on the table and playing cards that had markers visible only to individuals wearing specifically, or rather specially designed contact lenses or sunglasses. And coming up at 5 p.m., we break down allegations of the mafia's involvement. Reporting live in downtown, Thanvi Verma, K2 News.
Thanvi, thank you. We want to turn our attention now to K2 Sports Director Tyree Smith, live in Tualatin at the Blazers practice facility.
And Tyree, the Blazers did practice today. They were supposed to have a regular media availability, but they canceled. So what can you tell us about what you've seen out there and what we know about this new interim head coach?
Yeah, right. I mean, that's basically about it. They had practice today. We're supposed to have media availability, but they canceled. And we've been outside this practice facility live streaming all day long, and it's been exactly what you expect. I mean, you could just take a look right here. We were able to get some faces of players and some staff members just kind of coming out and seeing if we could get a reaction from their coach, who is basically in the biggest scandal in Blazers history. We couldn't get any comment, but we got a lot of sad faces and confused looks. They're hurt by this news. And on top of that, They have to go play a game tomorrow at the Motor Center versus the Golden State Warriors at 7 p.m. Questions will be asked, and at about 5:15 at home games, that's typically when the head coach for the team comes and speaks to the media. Tiago Splitter, who is now the interim head coach, will probably be taking that place. So potentially, not sure yet, might be hearing from him at 5:15 tomorrow before the press conference. But folks, it's definitely a tough deal for these players. It's a players-led coach, and now they got to figure out how to go 81 games. Yesterday was just the first one. 81 games for the rest of the season without their head coach, with this hanging over their heads. And there's still so many more questions to be asked, and there's so much more for us to find out. And we'll have a lot more for you on K2 News at 5. Stick around, because this story is just the beginning. Right, Deb?
Terry Smith, thank you for that. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for fans over the last 24 hours, from celebrating the start of that new season to now the arrest of the head coach.
So K2's Guillermo Mota is live at the Moda Center for us tonight. Guillermo, how are fans taking the news?
Deb, surprised. Just 24 hours ago, like you mentioned, we were out here talking to fans, having some good time. Fast forward to today, this is what's going on. This is the reality. Head coach Chauncey Billups and what's going on. And talking to fans, several fans today, they're all shocked, surprised, and disappointed, just because they never expected this type of scandal going on with their team. We talked to a fan earlier today who said, this is not only about the Blazers, this is about the future of the league and how the league can be better.
Because of the light of this, I think the best outcome is to have more restrictions and have more oversight of other teams, because this can't continue. Otherwise, sport like basketball would just be gambling. It's no longer just go see and support your team now. It's just more about money.
Like you mentioned, it's more about basketball. It's more than basketball, and it's about money. And talking about money, fans will be spending their money to come see the Blazers here tomorrow in a huge matchup against the Golden State Warriors. So like Tyree mentioned, we'll be posted here tomorrow to hear more from anyone in the Blazer organization about what's going on. But we'll stay put out here in the Moda Center and around to talk to fans to see what they got to say to us. Live at the Moda Center, Guillermo Mota, K2 News.
Guillermo, thank you for that. As we mentioned, there are two separate sports betting schemes. The other case relates to allegedly rigged bets. The suspects are accused of providing inside information about players to co-defendants who used it to place unlawful wagers.
K2 Steve Dunn is tracking this part of the story for us from the live desk. And Steve, Billups is not charged in this case, but court documents describe somebody that matches his description.
Absolutely do, Deb. They say co-conspirator 8 lived in Oregon, was an NBA player from about 1997 to 2014, was an NBA coach since at least 2021. The Blazers named Chauncey head coach in June of 21. And according to court documents, around March 24th of 23, co-conspirator 8 told the defendant that the Blazers were going to be tanking for draft position. Co-conspirator 8 also allegedly gave inside information that several of the Blazers' best players wouldn't be playing in that game. Reports from that day show that several star players sat out and that the Blazers lost. A U.S. attorney discussed the case this morning.
This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association.
Let's get that. Let's understand what's going on right now. You in here with your boy, Dilla T. My family. And this is No Filters. You better hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe right now, become a member. It's a free situation. It don't cost you nothing to do it. See, your contribution, let me tell you something right now. Your contribution, even if you don't find yourself in the cash app, because I done just had to start a whole new life. You hear me? You know the cash app, $ No Filters. Lori, somebody, family, right now, pin that at the top in the chat for me, family.
This is breaking news.
So we could get right up in here, because right now, folk got to know how they doing me and how I got to come about. Shout out to Smith with the $5 donation in the super chat. You see it? It's real. My dog Smith is real. Smith, and real quick, I need you to know that you know you was real quick, Smith. You know you was one of the winners. Yeah, you was the male winner. I need your information, fam. NoFilters314@gmail.com. One more time, Smith. NoFilters314@gmail.com. I need your information, fam. You won a bang! A shirt. $2 giveaway, No Filters raffle. You won, fam. You and Nikki Love. Yeah, I need both of you all to send that info so you can get your shirt, my G. Signed, customized by your boy, Dilla T. I appreciate you again. See, I come through with the super chat $5 donation right now. Shout out to Smith in the building, getting it in. Let me tell you something right now, man. We're going to keep it going. Because this situation is so big, so worldwide, so global. See, NBA is global. You understand? Global. So this situation is growing by the minute, not by the day, the minute. And we about to unravel a plethora of videos that say, you ain't gonna believe who involved. Woo! Get your popcorn ready right now. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. Make sure you're comfortable being comfortable, making sure you're comfortable. Be comfortable, stay comfortable. 187 King in the building. Where you been, fam? Ain't seen you in a minute. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. You know that's free. And then after that, that notification bell, make sure it's on all. The bell, scroll down to all. You heard me? It's a real thing. All roof. We're going to get into that. I got a situation next week about football. Yeah. And the whole situation and the whole system. You understand? Because you know I got you. That's how we come. We read in between the lines. We see the headline and we read in between the lines. And then we go get what we need to make sure the receipts is real. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. The cooking ain't never gonna stop. You hear me? Let's go.
The sprawling FBI probe into mafia-linked gambling and sports rigging schemes is sending shockwaves across the NBA and across the United States. You're looking right now at the high-tech cheating technology that federal officials allege was used to rig poker games, an X-ray poker table to see through face-down cards, a manipulated shuffling machine to predict who gets the bet.
Okay, so right now this video is about, I'm giving you the videos right now before I give it to you. This video about right now, you about to see how they did it. This is breaking down how they did. See, yesterday we reported that they did it. Now we're reporting how they did it. The system. Hit that like button, subscribe. Tell somebody hit that like button, subscribe, fam.
Hand used, officials say, to steal millions from victims. Joining us now is casino game protection and cheating expert Sal Piasanti. Sal, an X-ray table, card reading chip trays, rigged shuffling machines. I didn't know this stuff existed. I guess I'm not surprised, but I didn't know it existed. Can you explain how any of this equipment is used?
I can explain all of it. The X-ray table, that's just a table that has cameras built into it that look upward at the cards. It can actually see through the green felt, so you can use any of cards. As long as the cards lie above the camera can see what that card is and then transmit it. The shuffle machines, we just did a special on YouTube and where a shuffle machine was hacked. What happens is the Deckmate 2 has a camera in it. And what that camera does, it notifies the casino or the dealer or the house if a card is missing. Also, if you took a deck of cards and put it into that machine, the cameras know every card and can actually sort that deck out and put it back in order for you for the next day or the next play. Well, the cheaters came up with ways of utilizing that camera as well to know what cards are being dealt and who's getting them. And that shuffle machine is altered to transmit to an earpiece to tell the people who are going to win. Also, there are machines that were also designed to do a false shuffle, where when the cheaters put the deck into the machine, it sounds like the cards are being shuffled, but they're not. And then as far as the analyzer, the tray, this has been around for a long time. It's not new by no means. If you want to see a quick example of it, it can be built into the tray or built into a cell phone. And basically what happens is this. You can take this deck of cards. Well, first of all, this is a regular phone. It looks like a regular phone. Put your SIM card in it and it acts like a regular phone. But when I put in a code, now it becomes a cheating phone. So let's go to Texas Hold'em. How many players? Let's say you can name any amount. We'll say 3 to keep it easy. 3 players. And I'm going to put this on loud so you can hear it. So I'm going to put it on speaker.
Okay.
And now it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So when this deck of cards right now is shuffled, it could be in a shuffle machine. It doesn't make a difference. When the dealer takes them out and cuts them, listen to the phone. 3-2. That means right now, seat 3 is going to win. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ace-5 is winning. Here's your burn. There's your flop. 2 pair. Burn, flop, burn, and seat 3 wins. This phone will tell you who's going to win. You heard it out loud, but this phone would also transmit to an earpiece.
Yeah.
This system
So,
could
can I just
also
ask
be
you
designed.
Yeah.
Anything.
But the earpiece thing, is that also relevant for the camera under the table that can read through the felt? Because the dealer is not under the table. He's not seeing it. So somebody else is seeing these images and speaking to the dealer or whomever in their earpiece. Is that right?
Correct. That's right. That information is transmitted elsewhere, and that person receiving the information sends it back. And the earpiece, believe me, is very tiny. This is one of the earpieces that I demonstrate. I don't know if you can see that.
You got to move the
earpiece.
camera. Hold it up a little bit. Oh my God.
That's it.
That's pretty teeny.
So right
It's like
before
a 1
they go
milligram
into the
film.
game. Oh, totally. It goes right into the ear. So now, right now, that earpiece is right next to my eardrum. If you were talking to me, sitting right next to me, you could look in, you can't see it. When my partner's talking to me, I hear it so loud.
Wow.
And there's only
That's
one way to
amazing.
get that out right now. Magnet.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh my God, yeah, because otherwise it's going to go in forever and cause you depth perception problems. Sal Piasanti, I could do 6 hours with you on this. This is fascinating. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your expertise.
Joining me now, James Whelan, Executive Director of the Tennessee Institute for Gambling Education and Research, also Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of Gambling Studies. Good to have you here. First, let's talk about this case. 11 states, active NBA coach, NBA player, working on inside information, including, information on LeBron James's injuries, right? And it's quite remarkable. Unprecedented in terms of the extent of this?
Oh, not at all. This has existed for over 100 years. When we think about the famous Black Sox story, the 1960s, the NIT, but very recently we've heard a number of stories.
We know we heard it, but we know what we need to hear the next time. Let's go. Hit that like button, subscribe.
James is gonna come out. And let me say this. I want to say this to start off because I've seen a lot of people.
Because you know his name on there.
A lot of people felt the way about this. And I do want to speak on this from yesterday. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, he did walk out of court yesterday. I will say that.
Jaleel in the building, Kia in the building, I see.
A lot of people have been talking about that, saying, oh man, ticket C is right there, it's right there, it's right there. That, and then I'm talking about that on the right hand side. That, to me, that right there is not enough to say, oh yeah, they're complicit in all of this, that, and the third, because he walked out of the federal courthouse with a Clutch Sports, hoodie on. That's just not enough for me, right there. With all the people, I mean, to say that that they are, have an implication role, you would have to have way more evidence than that. But there's been a lot of speculation since Damon Jones was named in this indictment as basically using information that LeBron James wouldn't be playing before even the team put this information out to tip off, and they showed different text messages where he was saying all kind of things allegedly in those text messages. That case, and I'm gonna say this, that case, they had the person who rolled on that case gave the feds 300 video and image files. 300 photos and image files of evidence that they turned in that case. And I'm talking about one informant that they had in that case. The informant they had turned over 300. So we got to think about that. But beyond that, LeBron James just came out and basically denied that he had anything to do with it. He said basically he didn't know that Damon Jones was using that information
Okay, so of course he gonna say that. Am I right? Let's be real. Tell me right now, am I right? Of course he gonna say that. We know that, right? We know that. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We got to cook. We know that he got to, because if he's gonna come out and say, "Oh, I knew Damon was doing that, but you know, I ain't getting no money." He ain't gonna say that, right? So we know he was gonna say, "I ain't know nothing about it. Damon ain't nothing, whatever." And you got to think about that for a second, fam. You involved in a situation, knowing what could happen, and y'all willing to have to part ways based off that. So in my mind, you got to be the most stupid you got to be the stupidest human alive to think y'all gonna pull this off. And when the fire hit the fan, y'all willing to both just, I don't know you, you don't know me, the rest of your life. And at some point, y'all gonna see each other on an island or somewhere out of town where it's like, what? Or whenever this person get out of jail and this person get out of... That's what this conversation had to have been going into this. Because look at his face. That face right there, listen to me, that's real time. He was asked this in real time. That's the face of being asked about, did you know? But that's the same face he didn't have when they asked about Diddy. And you didn't even have to ask him. Why? Because he on the video talking about, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. Listen to me. How would you know ain't no party like a Diddy party if you ain't been there to know it? That face is not the face of innocence. That face is truly not the face of I didn't know. That face is PR telling you stick to the script. He done. Even if he don't cook himself, he's cooked. Because LA Lakers, let me explain something to you, man. LeBron James gonna have the exit just like Michael Jordan exit. Michael Jordan exited from gambling. His gambling debts were so outright over crazy. And at the time, Adam Silver was not the commissioner. David Stern was the commissioner. He told Michael Jordan, you got to go. You owe too much. You a betting machine. You a gambling machine. This little dude right here should have got his little 4 rings and went home and sat down somewhere. Because now that he wanted to stick around, because his ego is so that, and he want to go up against Michael Jordan so bad about the GOAT conversation, that he willing to stay in the league this long to keep fighting for another ring or another championship. I don't even count that COVID championship as a real ring. That wasn't a full season. That was a handful of teams. That wasn't even all the players that would have been on the teams that made it worth it. But somehow, some way, LeBron James won COVID. And think about it. If he wouldn't have won in COVID season, that'd have been dumb. That's like Michael Jordan being in the COVID season and he ain't win. But it's funny how after COVID, you ain't won nothing yet. LeBron is cooked. He gonna have to step down and step away. And they gonna set up. So you gotta understand something. Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, they knew this was coming. See, people that's in positions of a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, gazillionaire. You have an ear and you will be told and warned what's coming. You will have an ear for what's coming. P. Diddy knew they were coming. That's why when he turned himself in going to that hotel, he knew that was there. He already knew it. This ain't nothing new. So the biggest difference is LeBron knew it about Diddy and LeBron knew about this. Ain't no way Damon ain't told him. Ain't no way a reporter, somebody told his team, hey, your name in a situation and this is what it is. And LeBron talking to his team like, okay, so this what's up. And they know what's up. That's the funny part. He don't even have to explain to his team. He might have to explain to his wife, but he ain't got to explain to his team. They know what's up. Damon, the man that's been with him, he played with him, won a championship with him, and became the coach. And then he been with him ever since wherever LeBron James been, he been with him. Meaning, Ruth, if it was you, Ruth, LeBron would have been giving you access to the Lakers, access to the Miami Heat, access already to Cleveland because you played with him in Cleveland. So it's you played with him in Cleveland and then you leave and you got access to LeBron wherever he goes in Miami and LA. As if you're a personal trainer, constituent, personal assistant, mentor. So many titles can be said for that. The point I'm making is, how does this one man have access to him wherever team he goes to? And that's when we found out. That man was telling people about LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Tip off sports bettors. He didn't know. And I mean, to be honest with y'all right now, with the limited information that we have on this entire situation, I've seen a lot of people trying to say, hey, he did do it, he did it. That's irresponsible right now. There is not enough evidence to say, hey, man, he did that or didn't do that. There's not enough evidence, man. It's not enough evidence, bro.
Mike in the building, you know I'm going to say it the right way. It got to be said. They get cooked. Ain't nobody in the pass. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking.
Rule. And says, yeah, LeBron James is in on it. I got proof. Bro, yeah, it's just going to be talking. It's just going to be talking. I'm telling y'all this right now. All y'all who expecting that LeBron James is going to get locked up and go to prison, listen, unless somebody rolled. Because if they had something on him, he would have went with them yesterday. Unless they don't have enough to nail him like they want to. But to be honest with everybody, man, he ain't gonna, like I said before, man, you got to have evidence, man, for y'all say this stuff, man. You got to have evidence, man. And I mean, I'm literally saying David Jones is going to have to go into an interrogation room and say LeBron James knew and was a part of this scheme. Now, here's the difference. If he knew about it, he still can't get prosecuted, in my opinion.
That's real, Mike.
But he could be punished by the NBA.
Right. Because think about this at the end of the day. In their world, it's about being discredited. Okay? The moment you are discredited, you're done. It don't even matter. That's just like in politics. If people say the governor of this did that, or the mayor of this, or this Republican, or this, anybody that's an attorney general, all it takes is the wrong article or the wrong story, and you're discredited. And at that point, you're done. So you got to understand, that's why it matters for people to say allegedly, because in their world, anytime, think about this, anytime something happened, the first thing they file is what? What's the first thing they file when something happened? Tyler Perry, Fat Joe, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Strength and Honor. What is the first thing they file, Running Warrior? When they accused of trafficking kids, abuse, harassment. No, keep going, Mike. You know what I'm talking about. What's the first thing they filed that has to do with their character? What's the first thing they filed? Because every time something goes down, the first thing they file is what? Defamation. Ha ha! Primo Dow Chaos bust out and said it right when I said it. Shout out to you, Primo, coming in here with the bang bang. Right when I say I'm with you, fam. I appreciate you. My dog, JC, right behind him. Lori, hit him, Mike. Y'all get it, don't you? That's the first. Think about that, fam. That's the first thing they file. Is defamation. Let me tell you something you ain't know. Come close. No, come close. Water God TV with the $1.99 donation in the super chat. I appreciate you, family. You know it's love. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Make sure you like, fam. It's for free. We here Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. We family. Listen to me. I bet you didn't know what Busta Rhymes just did the other day. This a side note. Come close. Come close. You come close. Let me tell you what Busta Rhymes just did the other day. Please don't be eating no food right now. Let me tell you what he did the other day. Busta Rhymes, employee, was working for him at his restaurant. You hear me? Please don't be eating. He got into it with his employee. Talked so bad to him. Theo in the building. You know what it is, fam. Hear me right now. Busta Rhymes, employee, working at the job. Busta Rhymes talking bad to him. And smacked him up before. But this particular incident right now, he talked so bad to him in front of everybody. Allegedly. Told that man, go pick up them pipes off that floor in that bathroom. Go clean it up with a toothbrush. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Nah, take them gloves off. Go clean the toilet with your bare hands. And everything you know and live and alive that come out your body was in there. Oh, my bad. We got to say allegedly. Oh, you ain't heard that? You don't believe me? Do I got to pull that up for you? See, the moment we heard about that, oh, it's so, but I can pull it up for you right now, Mike Theo. Oh, yeah, I can pull it up for you. I just wanted you to know, we ain't never heard nothing about Busta Rhymes in our life. But the fact we heard that, and he has a history with this employee at this particular job of his own business he owned, right? The first thing they said was defamation of character. all y'all know I ain't gonna talk about nobody if I can't pull it up. I'm finna, listen, with this live, I ain't got to be dressing up videos for y'all. We family in here. We at the house. Get your food, get your drink, get your water, get whatever. Yeah, get your feet, yeah, whatever. Be comfortable. Yeah, we rewinding, fast forward, stopping, slowing, going, and coming. Yeah, this ain't no video dressed up. You know how everybody got them videos with the effects and the music and the sounds and the bang and the bush and no, this ain't none of that. You in here, we in the house, we chilling. Somebody stink right now and somebody smell good. Somebody eating good, somebody eating bad. Somebody smoking, somebody chilling. Yeah, we at the house. Better get right in here. Somebody eating Fruit Loops and somebody eating steak. I'm finna pull it up because you thought I was talking about busting rhymes for nothing. You out your damn mind. Boy, y'all, boy, I'm him. Stop playing with me. And
James has now come out.
I don't about to hear about no James. That boy's stupid. He out his mind. Boy thought he was stupid. Now I'm pulling it up right now. Follow me. You gonna stay with me today. Yeah, we pulling y'all thought they gonna. I had to say what I had to say. Why? Because at the end of the day, we ain't never heard nothing about Busta Rhymes. But even him immediately went with the defamation. Tyler Perry, Fat Joe, Jay-Z, everybody get the defamation first. It's always that. But then when we find out, this is what I wanna know. If they talk about you the first time in this defamation, and then we find out some more about you, and then more people keep coming out accusing you of abuse, harassment, trafficking, is it defamation then? Because yeah, okay. If it's true, why don't those people get their money back? If you sue me for me saying I'm insulting your character and defamation of your character for something that the whole world heard you did, and you sue me, okay. When we find out more and that it's true, what you was accused of, why don't I get that money back for being sued for defamation the first time? Make it make sense, fam. Make it make sense, fam. We got to make it make sense today. Why would this person be sued for defamation of character, but then we keep like Tyler Perry? Yeah, and then find out, and then we get live interviews from this man, but you got a defamation of character, then we hear you on messages talking to that man about going out of town. Yeah, that's you talking. So how is that defamation? That man should get his money back. If he was sued, he should get his money back because it was true what you did, and you continue to engage with him and continue to engage in that with him. So that's the point. Y'all thought I was playing. Oh, I got a lot of information tonight. Y'all thought I was playing today, didn't you? Oh, man. Oh, y'all thought I was playing. We got some names on the list tonight, but I want to go here real fast because y'all didn't take me serious about, no, y'all didn't. I knew you didn't. I knew y'all didn't. Y'all looking at me crazy like I wasn't who I was and all this. Man, you crazy. I knew y'all didn't think who I was. I knew it. Y'all thought we finna go here just so I make sure y'all know what I just said about Busta Bus. Cause we not gonna play with him either. Cause he thought it was all good. You know what I'm saying? And he thought it was all G. And when I found out how he was coming, I said, oh, okay, that's what they want to do, huh? Alright, that's fine. We finna find out about his life. Because the way he was coming off like it was nothing. Like we wasn't gonna see how he just over here talking bad, making people clean up stuff with their body parts. You know, oh, there it is. Y'all thought I was lying, didn't you? Just because I had to scroll longer than you wanted me to, you thought I was lying, didn't you, bye? I know it. Game over. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. Listen.
All right, you guys. So, Ticket TV, like, share, and subscribe. Salute to everybody has tapped on in, man. Appreciate all y'all for coming in the building. And we definitely about to get into this, man, as just unbelievable news, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. There's no way I can believe this. And I'm just telling you guys, there's no way I can believe it. These allegations.
Listen now.
Against Busta Rhymes.
Listen
everybody
now.
knows legendary rapper Busta Rhymes. He not too long ago got a Hollywood star. I think on a Walk of Fame. I think he got a Hollywood star. So he has been recognized lately, for his career. Now, these allegations, y'all smash the like button, share the videos, y'all coming
Smash that like button, share that video right now.
Coming in late to you guys.
That's what it is, Rue.
I apologize. I've been busy all day today, man. I had things going on, but I salute the people who donated to me. Janika, I appreciate you. You came through with a $150 donation today. Salute to you. Much love to you. I appreciate it.
That woman came in that man thing with a $150 donation. You just got to acknowledge real G. Shout out Ticket TV. Shout out to Ticket. I've been rocking with Ticket day one. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hater. Everybody who they is, they work hard for this. Everybody living their life. Everybody content creator. Everybody. And they bringing real life to you. And I'm going to be real, man. Those that care about what we're doing is more different than saying, oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. It's got to be this, it's got to be that. The money, I've yet to tap into the levels that I really can with no filters. Let me say that one more time. I have yet to tap into the levels that I know I really can with no filters. But the fact that I just know I'm here with my family and we here and I'm doing this thing. We got the shirts. I want all y'all to have the whole armor of no filters when you pull up so people can know, don't play with me. I got no feelings for what you're talking about unless it's right. That's what this is. Because people going to be like, no filters. What's that? Oh, no feelings. Yeah, no filters when we talk. We have no filter, no filter when we talk, when we speak about real things. Because we know when we see if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, we going to call you a duck in front of everybody. So don't play in here to act like you don't understand what's going on right now. It's the reason why we're here. I've yet to do it, but we're going to do it in 2 seconds. Theo says, Dealatofficial. You got to know I've been true Busta Rhymes since leaders of the new school, but if it walks like a duck, talk like a duck, it quack like a duck. That's what I'm talking about, Theo. Shout out to Theo making a difference, understand, taking a stand, standing on business, knowing somebody he rocking with all his life and then find out it ain't what it is. That quack ain't right. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. Let's go. Hit that like button, subscribe. You still living. You woke up today. Hit the like button. Why you ain't gonna hit the like button today? You woke up today. Can you hit the like button because you woke up today? Yeah, the hand that do it. Yeah. You woke up today. What's up? What's wrong? And really, sometimes it don't even be your fault because people can actually pull up something and get so involved in the content and what the discussion is that they forget to hit the like button and subscribe. But you know what you do with the like button? Let me tell you something. Every time you hit the like button, fam, you literally make somebody else be able to see it for free. So when you speak and you support and you understand what the discussion is and you want somebody to hear this and understand this, your contribution literally liking it gets to them. We appreciate the ducks in the chat, and we truly appreciate who running it. Get some order in here. Nene Lil Savvy TV in the building. Get order, get right. You thought I was lying about Busta Rhymes? Please don't be eating no food right now. Hit that like button, subscribe, double tap that screen, become a member right now. Let's go.
And there's somebody else who sent a donation too in the Cash App. Yo, this shit's sicking me out. And I pray, that he didn't do this, man. I pray he didn't do this because this isn't just this isn't just disgusting. This is outright degrading. Hold on a second, you guys. So basically, I'm gonna give you guys the allegations that's been put out against Busta Rhymes, okay? And hopefully you guys are gonna be, let me say this, if you're eating something, don't eat nothing. Stop eating right now. I'm just gonna tell you, don't eat right now. Don't do it. If you're eating something, stop eating or don't eat right now, because when I tell you this, these are some of the most nastiest, disgusting allegations I've ever heard, man. And I just can't believe that Busta Rhymes, who has been accused of doing this, would do this. I just can't believe it. But Busta Rhymes, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the screen for you guys before I read the allegations to you guys right now. Busta Rhymes, you guys, has been accused of assaulting an ex-employee, right? By making them unclog a toilet with their hands. Let me repeat myself again. Busta Rhymes, legendary rapper, have been accused of assaulting an ex-employee. Now, I'm going to tell you guys these allegations and what actually went down. So, Busta Rhymes had been, whose real name is Trevor Smith, was sued by his former personal assistant, Daniel Dash Gables, in a federal court in Brooklyn, New York. Now, Mr. Gables, who worked for Busta Rhymes from July 24th through January 2025, at a reported salary of $1,500 per week, sought between $6 million and $7 million in damages for claims including unpaid wages, emotional distress, physical harm, and a hostile work environment. Now, the lawsuit alleged various forms of abuse by Busta Rhymes, such as verbal insults, physical intimidation, spitting on employees, smacking their heads, making threats, and assigning degrading tasks unrelated to the job duties. Now, one specific allegation that was highlighted in the lawsuit against Busta Rhymes was that Busta once ordered a previous assistant to unclog a toilet without a plunger.
So I just wanted you to understand that this was his assistant. And the assistant had already sued him. And then this happened later down the line. So it's like, what? Defamation of character. Yeah.
Repeat that again. One specific allegation that was highlighted against Busta Rhymes was that he ordered a previous assistant to unclog a toilet without a plunger.
With his bare hands.
With boo-boo all in the toilet. Forcing the employee to clear the clogged toilet by hand. Because Busta Rhymes allegedly claimed that it had not been cleaned properly. Now, in the key incident in Mr. Gables' lawsuit involved an alleged physical assault in January this year, where Busta Rhymes reportedly punched him in the face.
Hold up, man.
That it had not been cleaned properly. Now, in the key incident in Mr. Gables' lawsuit involved an alleged physical assault in January this year, where Busta Rhymes reportedly punched him in the face at a Brooklyn lobby, leading to medical treatment for facial injuries in a police report. Busta Rhymes later turned himself in and faced a third-degree assault charge related to this event. And Mr. Gables also claimed wage theft, underpayment, and being blacklisted after his employment ended. Now, Busta Rhymes and his company have now filed countersuit claims against Mr. Gables for defamation in the same court, denying all of the allegations he brought forth and claiming them as false and malicious statements that was made with actual malice and reckless regard for the truth, or disregard for the truth. Now, Busta Rhymes' legal team, that's led by attorney J. Patrick Butler, specifically rejected the toilet unclogging claim as fabricated, along with the assault and other abuse allegations. Now, they argue that Gables spread these claims to the media outlets and at a public press conference, harming Busta Rhymes' reputation and business opportunities, and omitted exculpatory facts or ignored contrary evidence. Now, Busta Rhymes' countersuit seeks compensatory and punitive damages, legal fee reimbursement, and a court-ordered retraction from Mr. Gables. Now, this case currently remains ongoing with no reported resolutions or additional court filings.
So, the point I'm making is, as sick as that is to hear that about that man, defamation of character. First thing coming out. That's the problem. Off the rip. And then it's crazy because you can think what you think about Busta, but you don't know Busta. We all only go off people in TV. All we see is rap, bars, and music. You don't know their personal life. You can't say, oh my God, because of the music was so good, you didn't think who they are. You don't even know Busta Rhymes. You just know the music is good and you know the lyrics. You don't know him. Only time you see him is on TV. You don't see him nowhere else. At home, nothing. What he own? And then the funny part is, why would your assistant be suing you? If they suing you, and then this is the ongoing thing, yeah, you just smacked somebody and did something before. Like, come on, man. And then it's witnesses there, so it ain't just that one person. You get what I'm saying? So let's make it make sense, fam. Ain't no way. I brought that up just because I know you didn't want to think that you ain't think I wasn't gonna say that, because I ain't finna just bring it up and don't have no receipts on that. You get what I'm saying? That was the point of that receipt. But the biggest deal is right now is that even in the midst of that, now we ready. Because you really about to see the difference in the growth of what has become for real and what's the realness of it. You won't believe who's involved.
Hall of Famer, superstar, and everything else in between. MVP, world champion, the big ticket, Kevin Garnett, has now been named as implicated as a person who was present during these illegal poker games, and which was used to defraud certain people out of their money. Now, apparently, y'all smash the like button, share this video, like the videos, y'all come on in.
Hit that like button, smash it right now. We cooking in here is real.
And I will go through what they are claiming, why they are claiming his name. Pablo Torre has come out and reported this. It's Pablo, man, he just keeps dropping these bombs. That's crazy, bro. That Kevin Garnett's name is now come up, but I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on with KG, the big ticket. Now, basically, there was a 22-page indictment as part of Operation Royal Flush, which is a multi-year FBI investigation into an elaborate illegal gambling scheme involving rigged underground poker games and sports betting on NBA games. Now, the operation targeted connections between 4 mafia crime families, and 4 NBA teams, right? Now, it resulted in over 30 arrests, including Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat, or should say Orlando Magic player Terry Rozier, and former NBA player and assistant coach Damon Jones. Now, the scheme allegedly generated over millions for the organizers through rigged poker games that use sophisticated cheating methods such as X-rays, equipped tables, to read opponents' cards, and illegal betting on players' injuries and games outcomes. Now, poker games were designed to lure high-profile celebrities and wealthy gamblers, with the house cheating to ensure wins, right? Organized by mafia-linked figures. Now, these private high-stakes sessions were held in locations like basements and luxury suites, often in major U.S. cities. Let me repeat myself. Participants like Kevin Garnett were reportedly unaware of the cheating mechanisms. Unaware, right, of the cheating mechanisms. Now, they say that Kevin Garnett's role was described as basically a celebrity player, a guest participant, not an organizer, not a cheater. Now, he was one of the several former pro athletes invited to add glamour and draw in bigger bets, but he did not participate in the rigging or any related betting schemes. There's no indication that Kevin Garnett lost significant money or was targeted as a mark, though the rigged nature means he could have been disadvantaged without his knowing, right? Now, according to Pablo Torre, there's a number of players, former athletes' names that are going to come out or that are played in these private poker games organized by the mob, basically, and people who were indicted in the DOJ, right? Operation Royal Flush. One of them, like I said before, was Kevin Garnett, right? So Kevin Garnett was not named in the indictment. He wasn't charged, arrested, or accused of any wrongdoing. The report positions him as an unwitting participant, similar to other celebrities drawn into the game for their fame. Now, as a
hold on, man. Let's get right in here. Do you understand who this is? This is Kevin Garnett. If you know who this is, press 1. I need to know that my family up in here and understand who this is, because some of y'all don't really look at sports. Some of y'all only look at football like rules. Some of y'all look at basketball like this. Some of y'all this and that. I need to know you know that this is who this is. Do you know who this is on this screen? Background real quick. Kevin Garnett played for the Boston Celtics. They won the championship. He was a part of the first big three, which was Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. Yeah. Kevin Garnett came from Timberwolves. Ray Allen came from the Milwaukee Bucks. So, what we're looking at here right now is that this betting has been around so long that even players from decades ago, name is coming up. What does this mean for the NBA? Because now, if they go back and say, hey, all of these people been involved with betting on the game all this time, when was the game ever really real? And then think about it. FanDuel, Prize Picks. And then, let me tell you something else. I came up with the WWF wrestling, okay? When it was Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, race ass, whatever we on. Ric Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, I came up on that, but when the difference between them was they rigged it, but you didn't know it because the effort was there for you not to even know it. As a kid, you never knew that. But shout out to them for changing WWF to WWE. And it further gave them the understanding of knowing that back then is not like today. Back then, bloodshed, the realness, everything that went into it played a role. Now, You're looking at so many storylines. But it's more people watching. So it's more entertaining. So now they got to call it WWE. Respect that they said we're going to change it so you know and you're fully aware that this is entertainment. Not wrestling. This is entertainment. I respect them for that. Now, as we move forward to basketball, football, they want you to know that they own the league. They own whatever narrative is put out. But they're not telling you it's entertainment because it's a sport. So all athletes have to work and show that they can win. The problem is there are people that's coming out saying that the NFL is rigged. Why? Because they work for the NFL and yet they're looking at a chart or a pamphlet that was given out preseason to let you know what games you should be winning and what games you should be losing. So the beautiful thing about what we're doing is being awake, being enlightened, understanding what's going on. Because at the end of the day, we'll still be out here thinking that the NBA Finals was based off us. That the NFL Super Bowl is based off us. And as the NBA and this comes out, they can't sit back and think we tripping. They should openly accept whatever NBA fans want to say and whatever NBA fans want to do. Because at the end of the day, there are owners that own these teams. There are billionaires, millionaires, fam. They don't care about none of that. So you got to understand, when men and people are in control of a base or of a product, they can spin it the way they want. Why? Because they control it. It's theirs. You can't tell them what to do with it. The only narrative being sold is that everything is a sport and is all based off the play you call and whatever matchup you win. And that is not it. And it is so embarrassing today because, you know, the difference is this thing. Oh, no. Y'all thought, I forgot. I'm tripping. Hold up. Don't forget what's going on. You in here with your boy Dilla T and my family. This No Filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, double tap the screen, become a member. Listen to me. They planned to let this out now. Did you really think this was a coincidence, man? This is the second day of the beginning of the NBA season. They just let this out now. They said they've been investigating this over 2 years. Why would they let it out now in the beginning of the... Shout out to you, Christopher. See, that's the point of you being here, fam. Becoming a member. The knowledge. We read in between the lines. We read the headline, then we go right in between them lines. They chose to drop this in our... Never forget that they playing us. The people that's finna get locked up or whatever's going on, they already been with the system. They've already been chosen for this moment. You better get that earwax out your ear, stupid. Shout out to you, Christopher. Hear me now. These people have already been chosen for this moment. They are the lights, camera, and the action of this moment. It's a reason why this is coming out now, at the beginning of the NBA year. I want you to know all is not rigged. All is planned. It's not about being rigged. It's about being planned. You can plan for how you're going to do it. Why? Because you own it to do it. The NBA, National Basketball Association, is owned by the owners of the teams. The commissioner is only there to keep order, but he is ran by the owners of the team. Why? Because they are the money. that makes the business go round and round. That's why they forcing him to make sure they expand into like China, Russia, all of these places where they be having these basketball games at that's out the country. So they know what they're doing. And that's all by the owners that pays the players to play. That's it. It's not a big thing of not knowing. It's just you play stupid like you don't know. But at the end of the day, it's all entertainment. It's all to occupy your time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be honest with you. Whatever occupies your time, that's still wasting your time because it's only to occupy your time. All out here is to occupy your time. If your time is not meaningful, building, love, understanding what matters, the realness of what you really want in life and how it can be grabbed and understanding that you're doing it in a real, authentic way. Everything in between is to fulfill your time. Because think about it. Only when you care about what you're doing in those moments, everything else is to fulfill your time. Unless that time you could take out to care about what you're doing. So again, it was a time where Kevin Garnett was allegedly involved with betting, and now it's coming out. And this is really worse for the NBA. Why? Because at this point, you know this been going on before a lot of y'all was born. And it's been going on still now. So now we think about how we watching basketball today. How we watching basketball tomorrow. How we, like, what do we believe in? Like, what do we, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing? Like, what we thinking? Like, what's the point? What is, like, so excited about basketball now? Because at this point, if the man is injured or sit out for a game, how would you really know he's really injured? How would you know that the team, because think about it, the team will sit out a star player just to save them for the playoffs or save them for a real game. But you got people like Michael Jordan who used to say, hey, I was playing my preseason games just so the fans could see me. Preseason games back then used to be in places where people didn't even know what was going on. Preseason games was going on in places that never would happen today. So for these towns and these cities, for them to see Michael Jordan, his first preseason game, he would play because he was giving them opportunity to see him. Today, preseason don't matter. These people getting paid so much money, they don't even care. And then on top of that, that's the dumbest thing you can do in your life is to be getting paid $26-30 million. You got a 3-4 year contract. You getting paid guaranteed $30 million. And unless you got to do something for that money after you sign the contract that you're not comfortable with, I get why you over there doing bets in Vegas with the mob. Because clearly you're not getting that whole $30 million. You probably ain't getting a piece of it. Why? Because you got to do something uncharacteristic of your character for you to get that money you signed up for. And if that's the case, I get why. You got to go gamble. You got to go bet. And if that's not the case, then you are addicted to gambling. You are addicted to betting. You are addicted. Period. Because you getting paid $30 million in 4 years and you still gambling for $200,000. They said Terry Rozier was counting through $200,000 with his friends at home after he fixed a bet about him taking an under, acting like his ankle was hurt. Now, I get it. Terry Rozier is probably not getting the millions that Michael Jordan would be getting, LeBron James would be getting, and the list goes on. But at the end of the day, Terry Rozier, you can get endorsements. Your game is enough for you to build. You play with Boston. You play with several teams in this world. And yet, you chose to, what? Because see, when you think about Tom Brady, you think about Tom Brady's wife. Tom Brady had a whole interview talking about his wife telling him that she had to cast spells or pray to a higher being every Sunday, walking into games. You can look that up. That's a real thing. He said that out of his own mouth in an interview. So when you think about what's really real and understand who really is in charge, you got to understand the NBA, the only way they survive this is if they fire the commissioner, because they banned an athlete and a player just from rumors of him being involved with this. They banned him from the league. But yet Terry Rozier was called out for the same situations, and he was able to come back and play again. And now he's been caught with the feds at his front door, taking him to the feds. What? So that makes the commissioner look bad and say, hey, poor judgment, the lack of you doing what you were supposed to do, but yet you didn't do it. And because you didn't do it, now the NBA is on blast working with the mob, mafia, the 5 families of the mob. What are we talking about right now? This is like a movie. And then we got Kevin Garnett involved from 40 years ago.
He's not subject to active NBA gambling bans, but his association could lead to league scrutiny or reputational damage. The report suggests that he may face action in the NBA gambling row. Although no formal steps have been announced as of today. The scandal has already prompted suspensions and firings in active cases, right? Now, the FBI probe is ongoing. So this is definitely something we're going to have to just watch, wait and see how it pans out. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something that's ongoing.
Hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. Hit that like button, subscribe. Understand what's going on, because you're about to find out what's going on again right now too. Let's go.
Okay, y'all. The more and more information is coming out about this NBA scandal, the more it's looking like this is tied to P. Diddy them, y'all. This is tied to them in more ways than one. And I'm about it right now. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video.
I'm so glad you said that. Strength and honor right now. Strength and honor right now. Strength and honor right now. Right now. Hold on. Strength and honor right now in here. I'm about to show you how I'm talking about. When you just said what you just said about the mob wanna play with us, where the mob face is at. I don't know if y'all just heard them shots over here in my way. So crazy. I'm trying to show y'all the mobster. Y'all need to see this mobster. See this mobster. He worked for the mob. You hear me? He's working for the mob. And I wanted you all to see this guy because he is actually pointing out everything that's come about with this situation. It might be him. Let me see.
Bombarded, I would say, by all the news media because of this latest arrest and scandal with the NBA and gambling. And everybody's hitting me up, and I understand why. I'm kind of the go-to guy on this because I've been working with all the pro leagues and the NCAA about gambling and players getting involved in it for 30 years now. As a matter of fact, I was recruited out of prison when I was, about 6 months away from coming home, and started working with all the major leagues back then. And obviously that was followed up by the NCAA, and I've done over 300 universities, both Division I and Division II, speaking to all the student athletes over the years. So why did they pick me? Because I had a big gambling operation on the street. I had 12 or 13 bookmakers working for me at that time. And so obviously I knew a lot of athletes get in trouble all the time, with respect to gambling. It happens. I don't like to throw a wide net over everybody, but listen, you got to understand with athletes, gambling is an extension of their competitiveness. They raise the stakes when they gamble. And this is what happens. Many of them get in trouble, whether they be in pros or in college, but it's been happening and it will continue to happen. Now, 4 of the 5 New York families were involved in this investigation. It just broke this morning. And, oddly enough, the Colombos, my former associates, my former family, they weren't involved. So either they were smart and didn't get themselves in trouble, or somehow they're missing the boat. I don't know what it is. But let's get into this a little bit. Let me make you understand this, people. It's always going to continue. I did a media deal this morning, and they said to me, Michael, we haven't heard much about organized crime, ever since, the Gotti days. We haven't heard much. You don't hear that much. Let me tell you something. They got smart. They're working undercover now. It's not the same as it was in my lifetime. No doubt about that. But they're not going away. And I've said this many times. They're not going away in my lifetime. They're very resourceful, and gambling will always be a major business of Cosa Nostra. That's just how it is. It's very attractive. It's very lucrative. Guys love to gamble, and they love to make money by gambling. So yes, they're going to continue. Are the sports leagues going to be targeted? Of course, because they know athletes are easy prey in many, many cases. I'm sorry, they used to come to me, my bookmakers, and tell me things which I'll get into a little. Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Michael Francis. Hope everybody is doing well. All is very good, very blessed on this end. As always, my friends, I give all the praise, honor, glory, and thanksgiving to our God for that. Well, you never know what's going to happen when you wake up in the morning, and today I am being bombarded, I would say, by all the news media because of this latest arrest and scandal with the NBA and gambling. And everybody's hitting me up, and I understand why. I'm kind of the go-to guy on this because I've been working with all the pro leagues and the NCAA about gambling and players getting involved in it for 30 years now. As a matter of fact, I was recruited out of prison when I was, about 6 months away from coming home, and started working with all the major leagues back then.
Man was 6 months from coming home and recruited out of prison to do what he was doing.
And obviously that was followed up by the NCAA, and I've done over 300 universities, both Division I and Division II, speaking to all the student athletes over the years. So why did they pick me? Because I had a big gambling operation on the street. I had 12 or 13 bookmakers working for me at that time. And so obviously I knew a lot of athletes get in trouble all the time, with respect to gambling. It happens. I don't like to throw a wide net over everybody, but listen, you got to understand with athletes, gambling is an extension of their competitiveness. They raise the stakes when they gamble. And this is what happens. Many of them get in trouble, whether they be in pros or in college, but it's been happening and it will continue to happen. Now, 4 of the 5 New York families were involved in this investigation. It just broke this morning. And, oddly enough, the Colombos, my former associates, my former family, they weren't involved. So either they were smart and didn't get themselves in trouble, or somehow they're missing the boat. I don't know what it is. But let's get into this a little bit. Let me make you understand this, people. It's always going to continue. I did a media deal this morning, and they said to me, Michael, we haven't heard much about organized crime, ever since, the Gotti days. We haven't heard much. You don't hear that much. Let me tell you something. They got smart. They're working undercover now. It's not the same as it was in my lifetime. No doubt about that. But they're not going away. And I've said this many times. They're not going away in my lifetime. They're very resourceful. And gambling will always be a major business of Cosa Nostra. That's just how it is. It's very attractive. It's very lucrative. Guys love to gamble, and they love to make money by gambling. So yes, they're going to continue. Are the sports leagues going to be targeted? Of course. Because they know athletes are easy prey in many, many cases. I'm sorry, they used to come to me, my bookmakers, and tell me things, which I'll get into a little bit. Athletes are easy prey. They get themselves in trouble. They owe a debt, and they got to do whatever they got to do to get out of it. Sometimes we have to intimidate them. Sometimes they just play along with us, whatever. But it happens, and it's not going to stop happening. Why? Because today, athletes have more access to gambling than they did in my day.
That's the point. So I want you to understand just kind of how mobster feel and talk
bombarded,
about it.
I would say.
You understand?
Well,
so then we're going to go right here. Because we finna keep, we finna cook tonight. I wanted y'all to know what's going on with the level. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I've been looking up some things. And I wanted to show y'all this how the mob operate. You understand? Let me show you how the mob operate. This how the mob operate. Some go down, people don't believe in what the level is. This is exactly how the mob will operate if people want to play game with folk and don't know when it comes down to the 5 families and whatever the case may be when something go down and people don't want to play with them. Let's get right in here.
Don Barsini, I want to thank you. Don Barsini, I want to thank you for helping me organize this meeting here today. And also the other heads of the 5 families, New York, New Jersey. Carmine Cuneo from the Bronx and Brooklyn, Philip Tatali from Staten Island. We have with us Victor Starkey and all the other associates that came as far as from California, Kansas City, and all the other territories of the country. Thank you. How did things ever get so far? I don't know. It was so unfortunate, so unnecessary. The guy who lost the son, I lost the son. We're quits. And if the daddy agrees, then I'm willing to let things go on the way they were before.
We're all grateful to Don Corleone for calling this meeting. We all know him as a man of his word. A modest man, he'll always listen to reason.
Yes, Don Barzini. He's too modest. He had all the judges and politicians in his pocket. He refused to share them.
When did I ever refuse an accommodation? All of you know me here. When did I ever refuse? Except one time. And why? Because I believe this drug business is going to destroy us in the years to come. I mean, it's not like gambling or liquor, even women, which is something that most people want nowadays, and it's forbidden to them by the bits and the bounty of the church. Even the police departments that have helped us in the past with gambling and other things are going to refuse to help us when it comes to narcotics. And I believed that then, and I believe that now.
Times have changed. It's not like the old days.
See, what the Godfather speaking about is, hit that like button, subscribe. It's really real. What he's saying is, right now, he's talking about how gambling and everything that they've stood for has been based off gambling and making sure they stand with their money. But the fact they have somebody that wants to come in and start to distribute drugs, and he's like, oh no, that ain't what we stand for. We believe in what we've stood for. That's the money, that's the power. And we've always gambled on that. And that is what he's saying he believed then, and that's what he believes now. So I'm telling you, this 1972, partner, the mob been gambling. They know where they stay. They know what they do. You pull up in Vegas, you got to check in. All that you pull up in Vegas and you talking about numbers and you one of them, you got to check in. So I want you to just, this is a real thing and we seen it in the movie. So for us to be around right now and hear about the 5 families, they are sitting at this table right now. And yet we are here now realistically. We wasn't around when Godfather came out. We wasn't around when Gotti came out, Hoodlum, Goodfellas, Casino. I can go down the list. I'm one of them. What you talking about? We wasn't around. So for us to be around and hear the NBA tied up with the mob, 5 families, well, you better go sit down and go get up under a rock.
Anything we want. A refusal is not the act of a friend. If Don Corleone had all the judges and the politicians in New York, then he must share all it up as usual. He must let us draw the water from the well. Certainly he can present a bill for such services.
And what he's saying right now is, okay, well, if the Godfather, he got the judges, he got the politicians, he got the whole White House in his pocket, he must give us, the other 4 families, access to those people so we all can eat together. Why? Because we all family at this table. Under one nation. That's real, Theo, me too. I was a little mellow. But the point I'm making is, I want you to know how powerful they was and how powerful they is today. And now we are literally living it by seeing it on live TV.
After all, we are not communists.
I also don't believe in drugs. For years, I paid my people extra so they wouldn't do that kind of business. Somebody comes to them and says, I have powders. If you put up $3,000, $4,000 investment, we can make $50,000 distributing. So they can't resist. I want to control it as a business, to keep it respectable. I don't want it near schools. I don't want it sold to children. That's an infamia. In my city, we would keep the traffic in the dark, people to call it. They're animals anyway, so let them move their souls.
I hope that we could come here and reason together. And as a reasonable man, I'm willing to do whatever's necessary.
That's what I'm telling you, Ruth. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. We look at the movies and be like, but think about it, when you look at a Marvel movie, superhero movie, you like, oh my God, look at them guns. Look at the army. They got some old super old duper old what? Vibranium? And then I'm hearing the government talk about a certain type of metal. It's not vibranium, but it's a name for some type of material they've been talking about. And I was finna bring y'all Stargate, but we found out the NBA was playing. But next week, we tapping right back in because AI is growing by the second. and we're going to discuss Stargate. But the point I'm saying right now, yeah, Ruth, it's been in the movies. And that's why I'm trying to take y'all back to see that the movies, even on that, we finna touch base on that robot too, because I know what happened. That's why we good right now.
So find a peaceful solution to his problem.
Then we are agreed. The traffic in drugs will be permitted, but controlled. And Don Corleone will give her protection in the East, and there will be the peace.
But I must have strict assurance from Corleone. As time goes by and his position becomes stronger, will he attempt any individual vendetta?
Look, we are all reasonable men here. We don't have to give assurances as if we were lawyers.
You talk about vengeance. Is vengeance gonna bring your son back to you? Or my boy to me? I forgo the vengeance of my son. But I have selfish reasons. My youngest son was forced to leave this country.
Y'all ain't even built like that. And that's why I want you to hit that like button, subscribe, and become a member, because these people are sitting at the table looking at their enemy and their family. And he like, hold up, what? You took my son. And you talking about worrying about me pulling up on you again? And we up in here all together right now? Boy, this is as much as peace you could ever get in your life. But you all could never just sit there and talk away from the enemy like that, knowing what they just did to you. But yet you still got to negotiate because of the money or the business. So when we talking about the mob, we talking about in Q, we talking about the levels that have been done to folk. Ain't nothing new under the sun. That man had to sit at the table and negotiate the future with the enemy right in his face. Because he was a boss. These movies are saying way more than what you ever heard.
Because of this Sonoxo business. All right. I have to make arrangements to bring him back here safely. Clear of all these false charges. But I'm a superstitious man. And if some unlucky accident should befall him, if he should get shot in the head by a police officer, or if he should hang himself in his jail cell, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, then I'm going to blame some of the people in this room. And then I do not forgive.
That boy just said, I want to bring hell to people in this room. The superstition of how y'all done did me and what I done been through with y'all in here, I want to change everybody's life in here. But the man in me won't let it happen. The boss in me won't even do it. You better hear this man. He telling everybody in this room, I would have all y'all neck if I could right now. And y'all know, I am the only godfather in this room and at this table. I'm allowing this man to conduct this meeting, but I am the one, the truth and the light in this room at this table. I am the action. I am the light. I'm the cameras. That's what he was saying. And that's what you got to do. You got to stir the enemy in their face and tell them who you are so you can keep going, because the enemy ain't going nowhere. The enemy will only seek whom he can devour. That's what's going on here. That's a real thing.
But that aside, me say that I swear on the souls of my grandchildren that I will not be the one to break the peace we've made here today.
You see what they got to do just to come back together and make sure everything is in play? It's a difference, fam. Even in knowing in that type of case on how they was trying to handle stuff that they had to do just because of how everything was going on. It was a difference.
Walk people on ball games. Hey, that's Willie Cheese. Thank you,
This committee will come to order. State your name, please.
Franklin Gonzalez,
And where were you born?
Martinico, it's outside of Palermo.
And where do you live now?
I live in an army barracks with the FBI.
We have here finally a witness that will further testify to Michael Corleone's rule over a criminal empire that controls all of the gambling in this country, and perhaps in other countries. This witness has had no buffer between himself and Michael Corleone. He can corroborate our charges on enough counts for this committee to recommend a charge of perjury against Michael Corleone. Senator? Thank you, Chairman.
Mr. Pentangeli. Mr. Pentangeli. Were you a member of the Corleone family?
Oh yeah, it's coming up, JC.
Did you serve under capo regime Peter Clemenza, under Vito Corleone, also known as the Godfather?
I never knew no Godfather. I have my own family, Senator.
Mr. Pentangeli, you are contradicting a sworn statement you previously made to me and signed. I ask you again, sir, here and now under oath, were you at any time a member of a crime organization
That's real, Al.
headed by Michael Corleone?
I don't know nothing about that. Oh. I was in the olive oil business with his father, but that was a long time ago, that's all.
We have a sworn affidavit. We have it. Your sworn affidavit that you murdered on the orders of Michael Corleone. Do you deny this confession? And do you realize what will happen as a result of your denial?
Look, the FBI guys, they promised me a deal. So I made up a lot of stuff about Michael Corleone, because that's what they wanted. But it was all lies. Everything. And I kept saying, Michael Corleone did this, and Michael Corleone did that. So I said, yeah, sure.
Mr. Corleone, would you kindly identify for the committee the gentleman sitting to your left?
I can answer that. His name is Vincenzo Pentangeli.
Is he related to the witness?
He is, I believe, his brother.
Will he come forward and be sworn, sir?
Sir, this man does not understand English. He came at his own expense to aid his brother in his time of trouble. He's not under subpoena, and his reputation in his own country is impeccable.
Are you saying he knows nothing about these matters?
To my knowledge, nothing.
I'm gonna find out what the hell happened here. All right, this committee is now adjourned. The witness is excused.
Senator, this committee owes an apology. This committee owes an apology. Apology, Senator.
L'onore della famiglia sta a posto. Sta a posto.
All the alcohol. See what I'm saying, fam? You see how they coming? They don't care about none of that. They gonna get at you in 2 seconds as fast as it need to be done. You get what I'm saying?
We're not murdered, in spite of what this undertaker said.
What?
Did you pay attention?
Of course, did. What do you...
Consigliere Jenko, he's not gonna last out the night.
Santino, tell the brothers that I want them to come with me to visit Jenko, pay their respects. Tell Fredo to drive the big car in that Shai to come.
Help, Michael.
All my sons. American girlfriend get back in the city, right?
Tom said he'd take her in.
These Christmas ribbons for?
Me too.
For bravery. What miracles are there for strangers? Some of them, I don't want to talk to you.
Ain't nothing wrong with us, Terry.
Get out.
Finish school.
What kind though, Ruben?
Michael, you never come to me as a son should. You know that, don't you? But when you finish school, I want you to come and talk to me because I have plans for you. Understand?
Dr. Kennedy.
Bruh. Corn puffs.
Even Johnny from Holland. Godfather, it is your daughter's wedding day. You cannot refuse me. Cure me. You have the power. Jenko, I have no such power. But don't be afraid of that. It has been arranged then? You blaspheme. Dishonest. But you need your consigliere who will replace me. Stay with me, Godfather. Help me to meet death. If he sees you, he'll be frightened. and leave me in peace. You can say a word, pull few strings, eh? Stay with me, Godfather. Don't betray me.
On my mom, I was just gonna ask everybody what cereal you like. What cereal you like, fam? Tell me right now. Shit, we're going crazy. I don't really rock with Smacks no more. Like Fruit Loops is Fruit Loops fire. Fruity Pebbles, let me see, Chocolate Pebbles. But the Chocolate Pebbles go so fast. Like when you put Chocolate Pebbles in the water, in the milk, they dissolve so fast, don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But see, like when we in the hood, we'll eat cereal in the cup. You hear? And you know, we ain't had no milk, we had to put some water on it. You had no milk, you had to put some water on it. I don't know where you from, but Frosted Flakes, fam. Let me tell you about Frosted Flakes, fam. Oh, man, Applejack. Oh, man, what you... Jelena, why you talking about Applejack? You ain't saying that right. I'm going to go get something right now. You hear me? Applejack's, fam. Frosted Flakes, yeah. But you got to eat them in a collective time because when it gets soggy, it's over. You understand? Oh, man, honeycombs used to be the... Oh, man. Honeycombs used to be the one. You hear what I say? Honeycomb. Oh, God. Now they got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Ooh. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, fam. Huh? My kids be bashing them. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Crazy work. I mean, what is it? Cinnamon Toast Crunch fire. Let me tell you. All right, man, I'm going crazy right now. Have you ever mixed cereal? Oh, yeah, that red, that blue top. Have you ever mixed JC bugging it? I know I ain't you. Fam, man, you get that whole milk. You know, you get that special cereal. That special. Oh, let me tell you what you ain't did. You ain't from where I'm from. You ain't there when I did. Man, so they mix that cereal. Listen to me. I'm about to go to right now, Theo. What's your favorite ramen noodles? Tell me now. What's your favorite ramen noodles, fam? Right now. Your ramen noodles, right now. Because I'm going to tell you how I'm coming. What's your noodles, fam? What's your noodles, fam? Ruth, you so today. I can't believe. I knew you weren't for the... So young and just vulnerable. She said the cup ones. Real G's know ramen noodles. Is that... Look, Ruth talking about them cup noodles. No, Ruth, no. No. Tell about them ramen noodles, fam. Tell her, Lord, about them ramen noodles. Yeah. What's your kind? Yeah, Jelena, don't tell her now. Tell her about them noodles, fam. Nah, it's all good, Ruth. You know we here to inform, understand, and be aware. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, about them noodles. It's all love. Yes. Chicken or beef? Let me know now, cause they got the new ones, but chicken or beef? Let me know now. Yeah, when I was working at the warehouse forklift driving, kept me some noodles, fam. But let me tell you what you ain't done. Like the Chinaman, like Chinaman. Ain't none of y'all never made a special order of noodles. What you know about that special order? Shout out to Brian in here. Chili noodles, fam. That's my, yeah. That's the new joints. The chili, the green pack, chili noodle. Yeah. You better get right in here. Let me tell you what I did, fam. You hear me, Brian? Hit that like button, subscribe. You better be a member. That boy said chili. Listen to me. I had to make some special noodles one day. I was in my younger days. I was floating on cloud 9. You hear me? Zooted. I was like, I can't make a decision. Chicken or beef or chili. I'm like, chicken, beef, or chili. Chili, chicken, beef, chicken, beef, chili. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to break the rules. I'm about to put chicken, beef, and chili in the bowl. Special noodles. Ha ha. Bam, I had to make the special order of noodles. I ain't lying. I had to make a special order of noodles on fame. Yeah. I asked my brother, I said, boy, you ain't had that special order? He said, no, you lied. You broke the rules. He was like, that's like a universal rule breaker. Like, it's only can be chili or beef, or you can never mix. I broke the rules. I literally broke all the rules. I put this in there, put that in there, put that together. I said, I need a special one. Put me some onions in there, put a little in there. Then I end up put a little on the top. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like it was a gourmet meal. You know the little parsley? I put parsley on top. Just shiver some parsley on top. Make it look like it was steak. Special order noodles with parsley on top. What you know about that, fam? Huh? You ain't never been hungry till you do that. Tell her, Theo, do what we had to do, man. Put some garnish. You need to tell some garnish. That's a real thing. How we get down, it's like that. It's a real thing. Oh, man, that's how you come in, Rube. You want to know, huh? You want to roll a real GH? Let me just say this. My birthday coming up in November. So they tell you how I'm coming. I'm going to just say that I'm wiser and black don't crack. That's a real thing. You hear me? I'm wise and black don't crack. And my birthday actually November 14th, 1/4, November 14th. Real thing. Scorpio Nation is alive tonight in here. You hear me? That's a real thing. I appreciate it, family. Yes, November 14th. Your boy birthday. It's your boy B-Day November. We here. You know how we coming. You know what it is. And that just came out of nowhere because Ruth asked about age and life. So I said, let me just hit you with the month, fam. November 14th, Theo. November 14th, my dog. That's how we coming. That's when your boy came into the world. Christopher! November 23rd in the building. That's how we coming. That's a real thing, Ruth. Yeah, we here. Yeah, that's real, Brian. I appreciate you, family. Thank you so much. It's a blessing, man. We still here, Lord. We truly here. We still here. We here. You wasn't even that roof. You did that. You did that roof. Nobody even have been that. It wasn't even that. But thank you, family. It's real. November born day. And you know, of course, my birthday all month. So, you know, it's all real. It's all love. You know what I mean? And we'll know how we coming. You will know the age when November hit, family. So, you know, it's truly a blessing, Lord. We thank you because we're here. And God's still with us. And we've been through it, but we still here to be able to have these moments together. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just be want to rap with y'all and see what the day was like. But it was so different because so much go on in the day that all you can talk about is the retardedness of what that was in that day. But honestly, fam, I be so chill and just rapping with fam. Because we don't be face to face. So it's different. It's like you pull up, sit down, get you something to drink, turn on the TV, we just start talking. That's what this is, G. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, man. Scorpio, Theo. Nothing but a Scorpio, my brother. Nothing but a Scorpio. Oh yeah, nothing but a Scorpio, my brother. It's kind of coming a little live. It's a little more different to where you can kind of see that thing laying on my, yeah, man. It's a little different, man. It's a little different, man. So, you know, you want to make sure we all tapped in on how we been, because it's all love and it's all fam. So we're going to make sure we in here like we supposed to be. I had another video for y'all because I really wanted y'all to see how serious it was about the next move that was going to be made regarding the NBA, because they said, hey, the commissioner has to probably step down at this point. So that's just kind of what the case is, for what it is and what it ain't. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We all in there.
All right, man. What's
very long.
Salute all y'all.
Oh no, it ain't long. It's light.
You already know what's up.
Cause we finna tap in so we can lock up out of here and make sure we all doing it.
Now, there's new information that's just come out, and I think that the NBA commissioner is probably done. I think he is out of here, bro.
NBA commissioner probably done.
Just came out. Now,
real life.
First of all, we just came out. ESPN's Brian Windhorst from ESPN has just reported that, and he just reported on the Rich Eilson show that NBA player Terry Rozier, apparently the NBA cleared Terry Rozier of any wrongdoing when they investigated him. Apparently, Brian Windhorst is now reporting that the NBA caught Terry Rozier faking an injury and cheating the game. They caught him faking an injury. And the NBA, according to Brian Windhorst, the sports books, they caught the sports books,
they caught this man touching his right ankle. So follow me, Rube, y'all. Follow me, y'all. So he come down and make a shot. Boom. Hit the shot. He come back down. He ain't doing nothing. He waiting for the offense to come. So he come back down and he do this. Just for like 3 seconds. He like, so he kind of doing a little like, you know, moving around a little bit like, So as he's doing this, he's lagging. But the funny part is like, when he does it, he's not doing it enough to where it says, hey, my ankle hurt. Even if it's tweaked, it's still enough for him to have to tell somebody, come here, we gotta call timeout. So they're showing times where he actually acted like it, but it wasn't enough to say, oh, that's a real injury. It was like, I touched my ankle, so I'm not playing next quarter. You get what I'm saying, fam? I touched my ankle, so I'm not playing next quarter. And they like, something ain't right with that. Because if the injury line didn't show that you even had a sprain, something that's regarding something, because some of these injuries are showing consecutive days or every other day or just some type of report in a day and the next day or a day after that's saying either you're getting better, it's inflammation, it's swole, the swelling has gone down. You get what I'm saying, fam? Things that are saying you're improving. And for him, it was like, okay, well, you got a problem today, but you just improved all the way tomorrow. And then tomorrow, you got a problem in the third quarter, again, with the same ankle, but then you feeling good to play the next day for the first 3 quarters like you a superhero. Who you jiving with? Who you playing with? Something ain't right. Because if your ankle hurts, and then you back out there, and then your ankle hurts again, at some point, they're going to pull you and say, you need to sit for a minute till we get you all the way together for a couple of days. There's no way you're going to look like Superman for 3 quarters every game, and then third or fourth quarter, you out. At that point, they'll hold you for the next 2 games because something's really there. And then when they do x-rays, you ain't think about that, don't you? See, you don't understand. These people are investing millions in them. They're going to do x-rays. They're going to do every test they need to make sure that the test don't lie. So I'm really curious about how did they run tests on that man every time he tried to act like he was faking a fallout? You can't fake a fallout, fam. There's so many things that go around faking a fallout. So many things. The lack of effort from you shows you faking a fallout. But all you do is show up or say something when it matters. But yet your actions don't show what you're doing. His actions wasn't, but he only showed up to say he can't. He only showed up to speak on what he can't do, how he ain't improving, how he's hurt. Never spoke on the positives, never stayed with the system, never stayed with what you started. He never stayed with what he started. So now he faking a fallout. You know how many people's in the world doing that, faking fallouts? Not opening their mouth for what they feel and what's really real, so they fake a fallout. Create a narrative that don't matter because you're not there to opening your mouth about how you really real and what's really real. So you fake a fallout? You can identify a person that fakes a fallout because they only focused on the fallout. They never have nothing to say about anything to keep it going. They just focused on the fallout. They only respond to the fallout. And I hate people like that that choose to be like, hey, well, listen. Well, if you don't show no effort, then this shit ain't gonna work. But if that person have no effort, it don't matter. And in this case, in the NBA, he faking the fallout knowing he only touching himself and then he is healthy for a whole 2 hours. He healthy for a whole 2.5 hours. And then all of a sudden he hurt. Repeatedly. Why we faking fallouts? Why you gotta fake a fallout? Man get paid all that money. Why you gotta fake a fallout? You got all that love. You got all that realness. Why we faking fallouts? Stand on business. Change the world. Change the curriculum. Change the narrative. Change whatever ain't right that you want to be right. Why we got to fake a fallout though? If that man wanted to make more money in the game of basketball, all he had to do was work hard and get a different deal. He don't have to work less to win more money. And now you're stunting your growth and now you're in question. Why you just couldn't play better, be better, get better, become better? And now you have a better contract to get more money. Where if you was in debt with the mob or the mafia, you could have paid them off. You could have went for MVP. You could have went for so many situations if that's how the NBA is set up. Because now it's a movie called Him with Marlon Wayans about football and how it's rigged up. And if that's the case in the NBA as well, you're looking at people that don't have an opportunity. And that makes no sense to me. Because people like Reeves from the Lakers, AR, Reeves, white boy Reeves. He was a nobody, put his head down and just working hard. And now he got a different contract. He got a different number. He's still playing with LeBron. Point I'm making is he ain't doing nothing but just put his head down and start working hard to get more money. He didn't start betting and playing less and taking the under so he can win the money. So it's a big deal when it comes to, because again, you know, this dude was telling his teammates, hey, I'm finna take out in the third quarter. Make sure you bet under on me, and we all finna eat when we get home. We all finna count this money when we get home. So when you got that type of situation going on, family, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Because at the end of the day, the control keeps the party going. And without the control, nothing's happening. That's it. That's it. That's it. Without the control, nothing is happening. The control is there to keep the party going. And at this point now, we realize that this is so real that the NBA commissioner might have to step down. We will never know what the NBA looked like then. LeBron James is forcibly telling people he had nothing to do with nothing, but yet everything else say something else. Billups, they want him to do life in prison. They want Terry Rozier to do life in prison for gambling like this. Life. And at the end of the day, we still want to see the Epstein files. As always, fam, you know what it is. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. with your boy Dilla T and my fam here at No Filters. It's nothing but love, fam. As always, we keep it real. Headlines to read in between the lines, knowing if it, then it's, and we here to inform, understand, and be aware that, because regardless, we gotta like, we gotta subscribe, we gotta become a member, we gotta hit that notification bell to make sure you're on all the posts. Never forget, bam, the raffles. $2, $5 raffles coming up on the hoodies, fam. We gonna make sure you see them hoodies, but if you can't see them now, go to the post. Go to the No Filters post and see the hoodie so you can know which one you raffling on. The raffle will be announced in November for the October winners. But in the meanwhile, we appreciate Nikki Love and my dog Smith making sure that they coming on and they won, and making sure that shout out to Tone and shout out to Mona Thompson for being the original winners even then. As always, fam, truly appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking with me tonight. You know what it is. We here to make sure that we understand what's going on so we can inform our families of what we need to do to be here to live long and prosper. It's always knowing that you the light, the camera, and the action. And you're somewhere in the future and you look much better than you do right now. You hear me? So don't trip on what it is now. Just know what's going on tomorrow. As always, fam, truly appreciate each and one of y'all stepping in tonight. Praying that you be safe, hoping that everything goes straight, and making sure that regardless, we still hear tomorrow. As always, fam, we posting, making sure Monday through Friday, 9 p.m., you tuning in with your boy Dilla T. Make sure, Theo, y'all having a good weekend and making sure y'all being safe. Be looking forward and make sure we solid. Make sure when we pull up, you get you something to eat, something to drink, and something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you in here with my fam. It's your boy Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Y'all be safe. It's love.